wasn't ready back then, probably. You know what I mean? And I just
You weren't ready to be a father?
Hell no.
Why you say that?
Because I was just.
Too wild?
Yeah, I just represented it. Like, I don't know why. I just always, in my head, I represented for my city, dog. And like I was the type of motherfucker that would show up, when all the little homies are right there, dog. Like, where the fuck, where's Creeper at? You know what I mean? Like, fucking CreepNastIE on the scene. Like, yeah, I always pull up, dog. I'll be in a bucket, but I'm pulling up, Like, yeah, dog. And like,
that's right.
It's been that even, like, when I got out, man, I had to, like, change my life, man, because I was already fucking up. And then I got my first violation, but I was already in the bandos, fucking tattooing on the homies and shit.
Doing
like,
the most.
Fucking hooters rolling into the pad, and I'm jumping out the back, fucking get away. I fucking tried to jump on the fence, and it broke, and I fucking landed on the little homie and shit, and they're fucking like, oh, fuck it. We're trying to jump the fence, and we got over. That fool fucked his whole face up. Fucking.
Damn.
Yeah, that was when I first got out. It was crazy. But then I went my lady, and she calmed me the fuck down. She's like, get the fuck over here now.
And she said, man, you did all that time, and you still didn't learn?
Yeah, but then there was, like, incidents at the park, bro. Like, we have a park up there, Western Park in Hammond and shit. And but at that time, when I got out in 2016, 2017, 2018, I was just active as fuck, bro. Like, my mindset was just, like, fuck the other side, dog. Like, I was so mad that they told on me, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people probably take it down, like, water it down because they probably never got told on, dog. But, like, if you get told on, it's like a whole different type of deal. Like, damn, homie, like, they took my life fucking over some shit, you know? And, yeah, it's just
the whole
a
time
little
I'm
trip.
trying to tell him to calm down.
Fuck it, it's a trip, though, bro. We all
hey,
fucking document
speaking
it.
of that, dog, that whole incident with freaking Criminal and Diablo, dog, I was, like, tripping out when I saw that.
Yeah. And
I was
I was in the mix with all that shit, bro. And then, like, I already knew shit was kind of weird. And, like, even when I met fucking Robert and shit, I fucking, because I fucking grew up with fools from Fontana, dog. And they were telling me, hey, he grew up in Fontana, you know? Like,
oh, did he?
Yeah, he grew up in Fontana. He grew right there by Kmart and shit. They fucking, the shout out to the homies with Southside Fontana, dog. But they knew his mom and everything, dog. And then when I met him, they had a torch driver, and I fucking met him right there. And I was like, hey, you grew up in the IE, Holmes? And he got mad at me, dog.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he looked at me like, I was only there like 8 months. Hey, what the fuck? I was like, 8 months a long time, dog. But yeah, he grew up right there and shit. It was a trip, dog. But yeah, I don't know. But he would always end up showing me fucking love, even when I'll go to the studio, you know, with Temps and shit. I would always record like 3 tracks. So they recorded a lot of this, my first album and shit. I mean, not my first album, but the one I just dropped on the 20th and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they recorded. Shout out Critical, you know what I mean? Shout out to the boy
Shout
Critical.
out to Critical.
Yeah, because that fool fucking, that fool does his shit. That fool got fired, bro, and he does the beats and all that shit. But on this one, I already had all my beats in it, and he just pretty much put everything together for me, man. So I went in there, he'll have the beat, like my last one, that Writing and Smoking. I did the last verse fucking like 10 minutes. Hey, I fucking was right there, and I was talking to Sancho name, and I'm writing my verse. And they're fucking over, we're talking this shit, you know. I'm like, hold on. Or I'm talking to him, but I'm like, yeah, I'm writing my verse as we're going, you know. And then I went in there, and I shot the fucking, I just shot it. They went in there and fucking shot the whole song.
So when you heard that all of that happened and everything came out, like, what were your first thoughts, dog? Like,
oh, you know what? My fucking first thoughts was like, damn, dog, I knew something was sketchy, dog. Because this is that fool's persona. If you're ever around him, you already could tell that fool kind of like, I don't know, he just tried to build up people around him and shit, dog. Like, you know what I mean? You could tell, like, someone stands alone. Like, they stand alone and shit. They don't need nobody and shit, dog. Like me, I roll up, fuck, I'll go to LA, I'll go anywhere. If I got a show, I just go with me and my lady. That is who I am, dog. But you can tell when people are faking the funk. So
most of the time when I seen you, it was just you two.
Yeah, so a lot of people probably trip on that shit too, dog. But I'm like, fuck, I got gang enhancement. I can't even be around gang members. I gotta fucking be smart, So
I gotta be by myself most of the time.
That's a trip though too, because even when I got out, like, fuck, I don't really like roll around with a crowd like that, because that's never really been me. Because I'm always like creeping. That's why they call me creeping. You know, I was creeping around, dog. Like, I'm always walking around and shit like that. I'm always throwing around back then, but yeah, it was a trip when all that shit happened. But shout out to Big Temps, dog, for getting out that situation and fucking now he's on to a better fucking lifestyle. You know what I mean? Shout out fucking Pimp Rolling Records too. You know what I mean? And Bundy. Fucking little Black in there, man. You know what I mean? Fucking, they're all doing their thing right now.
Yeah, so, hey, man, they're really putting money behind them, and they're getting all of those guys out there. Like, you know, they're doing their damn thing, man. Let's give them a round of applause, huh?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and it's a trip. Like Instagram's a big tool. It's a good tool. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people fucking probably use it just to fucking record dumb shit. But like if you're like a business and an artist, you want to be able to get your music out there and be able to socialize and network with people. That's a good ass tool to be able to get your music out there, especially your brands or anything like that. So like you got to take advantage of that. You know what I mean? And that's, back then we didn't have none of that shit. That's why a lot of people were selling CDs out of the fucking back of their trunk.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I did that with my first album, man. I made like 2 G's out of my trunk.
Oh, like selling them trunk to trunk? I mean, like,
just
like
on the
city
album.
to city album? Yeah.
I was doing like $20 a CD, and people were looking out. And then like, if I had to go fucking travel, you know, man, to get a little gas money and shit like that.
That's
too.
right. That's
but,
right.
man, I would go far just to get my shit out there, you know.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's right. Hey, what are your thoughts on SPM getting out, dog? Like, I was like, how the hell can they let him out, you know? And then
I said it in my song, on the gang, you know what I mean? Take a shot to the brain, when your body falls, that's it, you know what I mean? Then you'll feel the outcome, you know what I mean? So I was like, fuck that, they try to say that shit's a fucking mental state. I was like, fuck that, that ain't no mental state. Shoot one to the brain to see the set you straight as soon as your body hits the flow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah, I don't know, you could keep them, that's why Suda, dog. That's what probably a lot of problem is right now, and nowadays they fucking a lot of people surround themselves with a Suda, and they don't really care about who they surround themselves with. As long as you're supporting them, they don't even give a fuck, you know. So it's like that fool's getting out. It's like, damn, man, it's probably a sad thing on the scene, but I don't know if he's gonna be out there like that. But I know they got that show with Tekashi and right there too at the Paris Fairgrounds and shit.
What do you think about that, dog? Like nowadays, let's just talk about this. Nowadays, like, you know, Tekashi did what he did, but people were still messing with them and still giving them shine. Like, do you think it's the new generation, or it's just like?
I think it's more of the.
What do you think it is?
I think it is the new generation and more of the money aspect, dog. Because more people see the dollar sign, dog, and that they think money brings everything. You know what I mean? But that's not what it is, man.
Like money's more the power nowadays.
Yeah. Because if you're gonna get a big check, and if you're gonna have a studio session with this fool, like they don't care. Look at Akon, that fool did it right away when he got out and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like even the bigger stars don't even care no more. And I'm like, damn, they don't even care, bro. They're just taking the money as it is, and I think that's what it is, basically, just to get their name out there. Yeah. Because they see that he probably has all this around him already right now, and they're like, fuck it, we'll just fucking do with it. Fucking make a song. Fucking it's gonna go viral because everybody's gonna fucking trip on the motherfucker. You know what I mean? That he's doing music with you, so you're already fucking destined a million fucking hits, bro. Yeah. So just that off the bat, that's like what everybody's really reaching for, to get that million fucking hit. You know? Yeah. So it's more just people not keeping their integrity part and their upbringing. And like most of them ain't even active like that too, so they ain't really tripping. Like it's probably more like he didn't tell on me type of shit, you know?
For sure.
Yeah, that's what's probably wrong a lot right now, is a lot of people just look the other way, bro. Like they just look at the check. So
Hell yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Hey man, sometimes money might be the root of all evil. You know that saying might be true. It might be true.
Fucking pain of misery is being fucking chasing me since the date of elementary. But I'm gonna write some shit to that too, dog. But it's just this world's crazy. The root of all evil, dog. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's a bad fucking thing, though, man. We just gotta change this outlook in life, man. It's just crazy as fuck, bro. It's fucking society and just social media and just the media itself, you know. It's just like a lot of things came into perspective nowadays, like especially like the news. Like who the fuck's feeding them the news? You know what I mean? They're just reading it off of paper, dog. Where the fuck their sources at? So it's just like more. You gotta be smarter. You can't be so dumbfounded now, because we're not just on newspapers now. You're not just reading an article. You fucking could go and go search this motherfucker, Google anything, dog. Like
worldwide. Like everything's worldwide nowadays. Dog, at the tip of your fingers, you know.
You just gotta be smart, man. And that's what I learned when I got out. Because when I got out, I didn't know none of that shit, man. I didn't even have a fucking Gmail. And then when I got out, fucking my sister made my Gmail, and that's the same Gmail I have right now.
Oh, okay.
But that shit, I can't even get into it. I have too much fucking data on that shit, dog. I can't even upgrade. So now I have to go off my iCloud, dog. I'm like, damn, man, that's 5 years, 7 years went by quick.
Oh, wow.
I had like 7 years of messages on that motherfucker.
Yeah. Hey, man, I saw your Instagram got hacked, dog. I was like, what the heck? I remember the Instagram was hitting me up, and I think, like, it asked me for some money or something. Yeah,
that was the first time
and I was like, hacked. Hey, if this is you, call me. And I think I put my number or something. I was like, call me because I want to hear your voice and hear you ask me for money, because you've never asked me for money before.
And then I made an account, and I think I got to hold you. Or I don't know if you called me or fucking. I know I made another account, and then I
didn't even want to even answer that account. The second one, like the recent one.
Yeah, it took me a long time. Well, no, I made one after this, and this is my third time, because my second one got reported too.
Okay, so maybe it was, I don't know. One of them I didn't answer.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm not
Yeah,
even
the first one,
now.
they started asking for money, though. And then my lady's friend fucking FaceTimed them. And she said it was like 3 foods in Africa, dog. That they were, yeah, and they hacked my shit, dog. And she was telling my lady, like, oh, I FaceTimed them. And there's these guys, you know what I mean? And it was weird as fuck, man. But they're just trying to hate on the fucking the movement, dog. And
there's no way you can get it back?
Nah, that one's done. That one I can't even get. I lost everything, bro. That was my first one, and I only had like 4,000 subscribers on that one, followers, you know.
Hey man, 100 is enough, dog.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Right now,
like that was your page that, like, you know, brought you to who you are right now.
I had 3 pages connected to it, so I lost all of them. So I had Lil C Tats, I had freaking
the Everyday Hustle,
and then I had freaking Lil C Tats. And then I had fucking CreepNastIE, but then I even had my primos fucking from their first page, when it was VOG, because this shit was Verge of Greatness, tat him up, rest in peace, you know. But yeah, that was his thing when he got out of prison. He was like Verge of Greatness, you know. He made it with some other guys, and they were gonna get out and start doing the music thing. But he started pushing it, putting on clothing, everything, and freaking yeah, man, it was a fucking trip when all that shit happened. Bro.
I don't think that. I think I stopped responding to your pages.
Damn, put me on the shine.
Nah, but no, because you never asked me for money before, right?
But then they start, you know how many people freaking call me, bro, that had my number? Fucking everybody was calling me like, hey, you need the money? Like, we got you and shit. But like, I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. I don't even need no money.
Like, when they hit me up, I was just like, hey, I'll give you money.
Yeah.
I just want you to call me, and I want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
Because you've never asked me for money, but if you need it, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But you've never asked me for money before, so I don't feel comfortable.
Just
giving it to you.
Hey, but that's what's a trip, dog. And shout out to you guys, all the ones that my real ones, dog. Because like I didn't even need it, but everybody was like, hey, I got you. You know what I mean? What's cool? Like, you good? You good? I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. I'm over tattooing. Like, I'm doing this and that. Like, I'm good. Because I'm always working money, man. My main thing is always money makes the world go around. You gotta have money, man. And like,
yes, sir.
And I always tell my nephews, they're like, you can't be too dumb. You can't ask too many questions. You always gotta ask a question, and no question's a dumb question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I was like, you could always never be too smart. You could be too dumb, though. You know what I mean? So you gotta just be smart, dog. Like. So yeah, it was fucked up though when they did that. So then I had to start a second page, and that one got up to like 1,200, and then they reported that one. So like every day, fucking Instagram would send me like, report it, and I had to log back in. It
hey, put a 2 authentication thing on there, dog. You know? Like,
it's the blue mark.
No, it's so if somebody tries to get into your account, then it sends a notification to your phone, and you have to approve it before they can go to it. It'll be only locked into your phone, like.
But this one it got disabled because it was getting reported this time. First time it got hacked. The second time it kept getting reported, so haters were reporting my shit because I kept getting shit saying, you. It would say like it would say some fucking shit about the rules, eh?
It was the people from Africa, dog. They were coming
after
you.
Hey, bro, you know what? Hey, shout out Africa, eh? Because I lost that page and now I got all my real ones, eh?
There you go.
But now I started off the other one, but now I'm only at like 300, eh? But I got some solid motherfucking 300, dog. Say like I'm on the 300, eh? Fucking solid 300 now. Nah, but it's real, man. And like shout out to Two Souls, eh? On radio. Shout out to Chino Productions.
Oh yeah, talk about Two Souls, dog. You've been doing some work with them. Like, talk about it.
Yeah, Two Souls, good shout out to Two Souls on radio and Jam Hits TV. You know what I mean? They got their own platform and they got their own little production agency, and they're getting down, man. And they support any artist, man, independent artists. They don't even ask for money. They just ask for the support back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what do you mean the production agency? What exactly do they have going on?
Yeah, they be doing a lot of the podcasting. They got a lot of podcasting. They got like 3 different shows. Shout out, and shout out Jam Hits though, man. He's the man behind everything, bro, and he's the one that's pushing a lot of these guys, and he's putting a lot of his long hard-earned money to be able to invest into his house and be able to bring it up, you know what I mean, and make it into a righteous studio just like you did, man. So shout out to you too, man.
Hell yeah, gracias.
You came a long ways, man. A bigger dozen, you know what I mean, and yeah, man, shout out to them and their movement. So, like, if you guys ever want to look them up, too, it's just Two Souls on radio, and then Jam Hits TV, and they have a Triple Shot Tuesday.
Hey, I see you do performances and stuff with them, too. Like, where do you guys do that? How did that come about? They just hit you up, or you hit them up? Or?
Yeah, well, see how it is. She just hit me up and put me on her. She found my music, and she found a real connection with my music, man. And from there, she just started pushing all my music on her radio station. She has a online radio station.
Yeah,
So
I see
like,
that.
yeah, so from there they have a Triple Shot Tuesday, and that's when she first put me on her Triple Shot Tuesday, and then from there they introduced 3 songs, and then they let you talk about the 3 songs, you know.
That's right.
But now they started doing it live. Before it would just be like you put it in, and then you write a little bit about each song, and then she'll read it out. But now they invested so much now they're upping their game, you know. So now everything's live.
That's right, man. I'm proud of them. Like seeing them build up and everything.
Yeah. So like
that's dope.
Yeah, so I just did an episode with them, Triple Shot Tuesday, and I introduced pushing this album right here from the mainland to the streets, streaming on all digital platforms. I just dropped it on last month on the 20th. So right now, basically, just on the forefront, and I appreciate you, man, just sharing your platform as well, just to help me get the album out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but, it's all independent, man, and I did it all basically myself, and we just pretty much put it together. And shout out to Critical and shout out to Sav Did It, man, because they pretty much are the ones that could put the record together for me.
Yeah. Hey, so. Let's talk about the album. Let's get the proper name out there and everything. What's the name of the album, dog? Like, tell us about the album and tell us how you got into it and everything. Talk about it.
Heck yeah, man. I've been putting this album together for the last 3 years, man. And
3 years?
Yeah, man.
All right.
It's a lot of fucking hard-earned songs into this, man. And a lot of the songs that I put on the songs, I lost my mom through the process. You know what I mean? I lost my primo. I lost my other primo. A lot of people just passed away through these times, man. And I got a strong song on there that's called We're Gonna Make It. And that's going to be my next video that I'm going to shoot with Big Sanche and Young Savvy out of SGV. Shout out to them. They poured out their hearts too. They lost their loved one, and I had the opportunity to give them the platform to be able to share it out what they were feeling, you know. Because for us, this music is therapeutic to us, man. And the street life ain't no game. So like when you lose loved ones to the streets or even just to life itself, man, it's like this is our chance to get our music out there. It's our poetry, you know what I mean? That's why I always represent real life music and real life pain and real street knowledge. That's my little quote that I always say, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, so I started getting this record together when I got out of prison. Basically, I just started saying from the mainland to the streets. So I just started hashtagging everything from the mainland to the streets. And when I first dropped my first album from My Untold Story, and that one has 19 tracks on it. So from that one, I did it. I basically did the whole tracks, and the last outro on that album, I put it to introduce to the mainland to the streets. So like on the last outro, it's like from the mainland to the streets, and I'm talking about the set out free, you know what I mean? And it's from San Jacinto be that city, yeah, I love my city. Yeah, but that's love my city, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It said I ride for my city, yes, I die for my city. Yeah, I love my city. And then I said stepping up on the scene, every day's a missing, you see, my heart is cold and mean. I'm straight out banging, my hammer ready to start banging. Any level I said tripping, you know my hammer be banging, I be gang banging. Strolling through my barrio, I'm a fool on a mission for any level that's listen. Yeah, the soul will be missing, so open your ears and listening to these lyrics I'm speaking, disrespecting violence I'm speaking. Yes, I may be not missing because I stay trigger tripping with no hesitation. Yes, I leave your body there leaking. Yeah, you know what I mean? I try to play
that's right.
Slipping. Yeah, but that was about my case. When I had my victim and shit. I was like, you try to play a grown man's game and that was the introduction to the next album.
Trying to play a grown man's game with you acting like a hyena,
acting like a hyena, dog. And so when he was screaming and all that shit, it showed and all that motherfucker. But yeah, man, it was a trip, bro. Fucking. And then in the process, I was going to do from the mainland to the streets, man. But then in the process, I lost my mom, man. So shout out to my mom up in heaven, you know what I mean? It's been already 4 years. It's September 20th, you know what I mean? I mean, September 9th, that was the day she passed away on 2020. So
a day you'll always remember.
Yeah, they'll always remember, man. And it's a fucking trip, bro. Fucking when that happened, I just jumped in the studio, man, because I started fucking with Big Temps and them.
Yeah.
And shout out Big Temps, for getting me into the studio to do my second album, man. You know what I mean? That was my EP, and that's fucking Until We Meet Again, that was for my mom, fucking Monica Marie Flores Garcia, you know what I mean? That was my mom up in heaven, and she accidentally got hit by a car, and she lost her life, you know what I mean, in the process. And by the time I showed up, she was already gone. Then my brother showed up after, and it was just a big old scene right there in heaven, you know what I mean? She got hit by a car that fucking hit her, and thank God that she wasn't like exploded or anything, like basically she just died instantly and she didn't feel no pain. So that was a good thing. That's why I say, like, they in the Bible, you know what I mean, it says like when God comes for his chosen ones, and they're gonna leave this world, they're just gonna leave in a thing in the night, you know what I mean, blink of the night, and they'll be gone, and thank God that she didn't feel no pain. So like we all walked up in, that we had to wait for the corner to get there like at 10 at night, 11 at night, and by the time they got there, they put her in the bag and everything, and they let us pretty much line up, to tell her goodbye, and her head was sticking out.
Serio?
Yeah, and then it was like a movie, it was fucking trip, bro, and fucking We all kissed her goodbye, said our goodbyes. And then I got to pray over. And then even when I pulled up, I thought I was praying she was gonna be alive still. But the ambulance and the fire department, they're like, she's gone, bro. Like we got that machine hooked up to her. It shows her there's no life, you know. And I was like, fuck, let me touch her, you know. Let me just pray on her. Fuck, let me just touch her. Fucking put the gospel in her, you know what I mean? But it didn't work out, dog. And it was just her time to go, you know.
Hey, dog, how hard was it to see that?
Man, it was heartbreaking. But
I mean, I don't mean to ask you that because I know it's hard, dog. I know it's hard.
It's all good. That's what we're here for, man.
But the feeling, what was the feeling to see that, dog?
That's what they say. Don't break, you know what I mean? Only makes you stronger, man. So that's what this life is. It's not made for the weak, bro. Like, you got to be strong, man. And especially when you're standing alone and you don't got nobody there, you just with that fight. That's why a lot of people, they got their hood, they got their homies. But fuck, when you're alone, that's when you really find out what you're about.
The reason why I asked you that question is because, like, you're saying, like you know, you wanted to touch her and you wanted this and like and I could just imagine like a situation like that. I'd be like too distraught to even think about something like that.
When I got there, it was a trip because like my sister called me. I just happened to leave. We just left. My brother just drank with her, and she bought me my last beer, and then she put my daughter to sleep. At that time, she was barely not even 1 yet. And she put her to sleep, and then we left, man. And then I went to my mother-in-law's, and then bam, I get a call from my sister just screaming, and I'm just getting bits and pieces like, car, mom, you know. And then I'm like, what the fuck? I hung up, and I told my sister, my mom's fucking dead, dog. I think something happened bad, you know. And we hauled ass over there, jump in the car. Fucking boom, and we see the fire department running, the fucking fire truck going to the scene, and me and my lady, I beat the fire truck there, dog.
Serio?
Yeah. So then when
you were gone there.
Yeah, I was gone.
Were gone. Yeah.
And then I pulled up, and then by the time I pulled up, we got situated. They already got out and put the machine on her and shit. And fucking, that's when they told me like, hey, she's gone, you know. And yeah, it was just a heartbreaking thing. But at the same time, I had to go inside. And my dad's in the house screaming his fucking head off because they seen her passed away and shit. They seen her get hit. Her and my sister and shit. My little sister Selena. So shout out to them, you know. They went through some struggles. They went through some time.
Like they seen it happen. In front of them.
Yeah, like my mom was coming back from the store. She went to go to the Dollar General to get some chicken broth for my sister because she was sick. Yeah, it was right across the street, and it's a big old highway right there. It's Florida, but it's Highway 74. It's 74, huh? 79 or 74, but yeah, that's the big highway right there. It goes all the way to Idlewild, all the way to the back of Beaumont and shit with the transit and all that shit. But she was walking from across the street, and then the car she was in the middle standing there for the car to pass, but it hit her. But she's not used to using a crosswalk because she always goes straight across, you know, straight gangster shit, OG.
Yeah.
So
everybody does.
So bam, they hit her and fucking she flew like 50 fucking I think it was like 50 yards or something like that, or 50 feet. It was pretty far from there. I think it was 50 yards. She flew far, because it was a fucking Tundra. It was a big ass black truck, and she took the truck out, dog. Like fucking, she didn't even. Yeah, they totaled the truck, and then the person didn't even.
Damn, serio?
Yeah, and what's fucked up is that the person that hit her, it was an older lady, that white lady and shit, and the officer kept just telling us like they didn't want to tell us nothing,
Yeah.
And there was no brake marks. She never put the brakes on, nothing, They just
like straight full force.
Yeah, she didn't even afterwards. The only reason she stopped is because the car got totaled, so the truck just died out. So she went to a stance. She was like more than 100 feet from the scene, already gone. And we're like, what the fuck? Is it hit and run? Or
like, dog, like you didn't fucking see what happened. Like, come on.
And then they keep telling us, well, she's an older lady, you know. And I was like, my mom is fucking 57. Like, what the fuck you mean, older lady? Like, like, what makes the difference?
She still has some life to live.
So it was a big old thing, Like, we were trying to figure out, like, what the fuck. It was looking for lawsuits just to figure out answers, you know.
Yeah.
And, like, it didn't work out, though. They just tried to say, like, she was under the influence and she had alcohol in her system. So basically, it was, like, her fault. Yeah. We were like, what the fuck?
Like, she didn't just walk into the truck, bro. Like, come on.
And you know what trips out, though? It's such a small world. I fucking worked at my company, and then one of some fool I was working with, he was telling me he was in the car fucking in back, and that he seen her get hit, and he was telling me like, nah, that car hit her, bro. He's like, it swerved and hit her, like it didn't, like she didn't walk into the car, dog, you know, because in the papers and the articles, it's all on the internet. If you type it in and shit, it'll be on there. But basically it'll show all that and shit.
Like in the papers and everything, did it make it seem like?
Yeah, it made it seem like the alcoholic.
Like she just like walked into the car. Like,
yeah, that's what it made it seem like.
Man,
she walked into the car and shit. And then like we did our investigation, and then like, we're going at it with the highway patrol because they're the ones that took over it. Because it wasn't on county line or some shit. It was in the country. Yeah, it was like in the country. It wasn't on city limit. So
like an unincorporated area or something.
Yeah,
like
it was all fucking weird. And so for us to be able to talk to them, they were like just putting us on the shine. And then my dad was mad and shit. It just didn't work out. So we just got everything together. But shout out to everybody in the city, man. They all looked out and they were able to put away. We did some fundraisers. We even did the GoFundMe, and in like in a matter of like 2 weeks, bro, we raised like 20 G's, bro.
Oh man.
And we gave her like a proper freaking. We didn't have to look at no prices, man. We just got to get her what she wanted, man.
That
and,
must have felt good,
yeah,
bro.
like,
That must have felt
like
good. Yeah.
Gravestone, the freaking casket, all that, man. And from there, after that, I was able to even pay my dad's. I paid my dad's rent because he was distraught, bro.
Yeah.
So I paid his rent for like 5 months, bro. It came out to like 5 G's.
I remember last time
7 G's, I think. I remember
last time you came over here, you were talking about how strong your dad and your mom's love was, and how long they've been together.
Yeah, it was like the old school feeling, you know, like how growing up in the
like
60s, and the freaking 70s.
Staying together through thick and thin and everything like that.
It was like they were just partners, like through everything. And it was a fucking trip. And then my dad became a Tecato, dog, and like he met her in like Pele, bro, and like how they met and shit. He was supposed to go meet some other chick, and then he ended up seeing her and fucking fell for her and fucking
left the other chick
on
he's like,
shine. Forget that chick. And then after that, they just said he moved her into my grandma's house, and then she ended up getting pregnant later on. It was like they got married, and then she got pregnant. It was like all fucking like. It was like by the
hey, so when they said like ride or die, they were really ride or die with each other.
And then it's a trip because I get out of prison, and then I'm like, "Where's my mom at?" And she's at Western Park, and then fucking she got stabbed right there too.
Oh damn, she was a thug.
Yeah, she a thug. She write it out. But she got some girl came and pepper sprayed some fucking everybody, and she started fighting with the chick, and she fucking busted out the fucking knife on my mom.
Oh damn,
she was like 2 inches from her heart.
Serio?
Yeah, it was a big old thing, and then I just barely left there. I was gonna go training because at the time I was training. Fucking boxing and shit, and fucking man, and then they called this fool, and he's like, they're at the park, and I was like, what the fuck? And we went over there, and then we just see ambulance and shit, and we're like, what the fuck? Where's she at? And we had to track her down, and we found out she was over there at the fucking Moreno Valley Hospital, and then we get over there, and it's like a big old thing. They don't want to tell us where she's at. They think we're like the people trying to go get maybe revenge.
So, they were trying to protect her. Yeah.
So we're over there, and then we go in there, and then she's in the fucking bed, man, and she's got punctured lung. They punctured her lung and shit. And
was she like coherent? Cause she talking?
Yeah, she's in pain, like like she's a writer. She's the type of girl that she was the type of woman that just took anything as it came. Like she didn't bitch about nothing. Like she'll get it done.
That's right.
She was running around on a bike for a long time, like just old school shit, dog. Like fucking just getting it, man.
Yeah,
like,
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, just like the old Tecatos in the fucking bottle. That was my dad, and then my mom was his ride or die. You know, like it was a trip, and fucking. Yeah, so when she fucking that happened, I went in there and she's on the bed, and I'm like, hey, mom, well, what'd you tell him, man? You know, what'd you tell her? Who does this shit? And she's like, I didn't tell him shit. I told him I don't remember nothing. I was like, that's right, mom, you ain't gonna rat.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's where we come from. My mom already knew, dog. Like, yeah, because it was a time when there would be a lot of little homies at their pad, because they had a pad right there on 1st Street in Saucito in our neighborhood. And like at that time, we were really roughing it out. Well, they were because my brother and them were living at that pad, and I already had an apartment at that time.
Okay.
And then at that time, fucking. I'll go over there. That was the hood pad. Hey, anybody go to the fucking? They're at my fucking mom's pad, dog. And I go in there and it's fucking like cracking. They didn't even have no fucking electricity, bro. And like they had gas and then water, but they didn't have electricity at one time.
Everybody was still the candles and everything.
Candles and everything, bro. Like it's just the settings is wild, bro. And I'm showing up in my truck like boom, and then all the homies are there like, what's cracking, you know? And like we're going at it with these fools over here, and fucking shit's cracking, you know. And that's the house that my uncle passed away, and rest in peace to my primo. But it was just cracking, and that's the way my mom was. She just with the biz, you know.
Yeah.
She'll be out there fucking doing. She was a trip, bro. She'll grab scissors and do the lawn. Like, like back then we didn't like doing weeds and shit. Like, it wasn't like a whole fucking yard, but it was like a yard full of dirt, and there'll be like weeds, and she'll get scissors and start cutting that motherfucker, dog. Like she's like old school like that, like straight.
It got to get done one way or another, huh?
Dog. Like it was a trip growing up with them, man. Like we always grew up like we didn't have much. We were little welfare babies, dog. Like even growing up in the motel, that's why like when I rap about my tracks, that's why like there's a track that I did, fucking Lord Help Me, and that was a badass track off my first album. But that one right there is it goes, Lord help me, and it says I ain't writing no lyrics. These are the trial tribulations of my life. Hated to love it, I'll be lying if I said I really cared. Growing up in the environment, screwed out the room once you received there. Brought up around drugs, guns, and chaos. There's some pops I was never really there. It said walking around late night, don't know where the fuck I'm gonna eat. I'm praying to the Lord to help me find a place to eat. Yes, I'm smiling on the outside, but deep inside I'm surely hiding the pain. You know what I mean? those are those times that I was like, fuck, in the motel, dog, just rolling around, and I was like, fuck, I just put that shit in my music because that's the way I lived, you know. Yeah. But like we grew up in the motel, dog. We were motel babies for like 3 years, man.
It sounds like you've been through a lot in your life, dog.
Yeah.
And I could relate to that. It sounds like you've been through a lot.
That's like the old school way that we grew up, dog. Like, and then my brother, I saved his life, and fucking he almost died in that motel, dog.
Serio?
Like, yeah, like he was opening up a jar. He still has a fucking big ass scar on that shit, but. He was opening up a jar, and I'm over there creasing my pants, fucking ready to go out, you know, with the homies. Yeah. I just went to go drop in, take a shower, and jam, because I didn't really be at the motel like that. I'm with the homies on the street.
Out on the street all day,
I'm not going to be there.
You just go there to sleep, take a shower.
Yeah, and then I didn't really sleep there. I just took showers. Like, I would go, shout out to the homie Johnny, that's a good-ass supporter of mine, the homie, from my hood, you know.
That's right. Shout out to Johnny.
Yeah, no, Yolanda too, his mom, you know, that was my second mom, fucking in the hood. Like, if I needed something, she would fucking, I'll be right there at their pad, dog, and like, they would take me in from the motel. I'll go do the paper out with them, and I end up falling asleep at their house, and fucking, I'm in high school, dog, and I end up going to school with him and shit, and like, it was just a little trip, fucking, but my mom would always push through, and then he almost passed away when he opened that shit, and bam, it exploded, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What was it?
It was a cookie jar, and my sisters glued it together, because I guess it came out in pieces, and he didn't know that they glued it together, so when he went to fucking like all his pressure push it shattered and fucking cut his whole wrist.
Oh shit,
fucking
no way.
All tendons we got 12 tendencies in here. Tendons. We cut 11 of 12. So fuck, man.
That was a centimeter away from my main artery.
Yeah. Oh, so dang. I turned around when I heard that shit, and I just see his arm flapping from here to here.
What?
And I see all white bone, and he's fucking,
that's crazy.
He's jumping up and down. He's a little chubby kid, with the fucking, I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, don't let me die. Don't let me die. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I said you're not going to die. And then I just grabbed the fucking, anything, there was a shirt or a jacket, I don't know, but I put it over his wrist. And fuck, he fucking was bleeding out, dog.
What'd you do? You called 911 and shit?
No, I walked next door.
What do you mean, no? He's about to die.
We went next door to the manager's, dog. I didn't have a phone at that time because you got to pay for credit on the phone to fucking call.
Yeah.
So I went next door, and I'm like, hey, the manager said, she was a cool white lady that was there, and I'm like, my brother just fucking, there's blood everywhere. I'm like, I don't know what to do, you know what I mean? Fucking, he just cut his wrist.
I'm still telling him, don't let me die.
Yeah, and and then I wrote a song about that too, the way it's called Carnalito. It's like, Carnalito, yes, I'm missing you, dog. I know you're missing me like I'm missing you, dog. Carnalito. But that was on my first album too. Yeah. But I'm like, I still remember you jumping it down, up and down, saying me don't let me die. Me saying shut the fuck up, Carnito, you ain't gonna die.
What
and I said, I thank the Lord. I want to thank the Lord as I make that sign. He gave you another day to shine. Yeah, it was a trip.
Hey, how did it end up? How did it end up like he getting taken care of, or like what happened?
Because the ambulance came. That lady called the ambulance, and then my mom was working at.
Was she freaking out? Like
yeah,
the manager.
Well, no, they were trying to calm him down because there's so much blood.
I'm still screaming.
And he's screaming about the blood.
And I'm like, let me die.
Yeah, they're telling him like, relax. Like you gotta lose a lot of blood to die. You know what I mean? There's a lot of blood. It was a big old puddle, dog.
Were you starting to think like, I don't know, he's losing a lot of blood. He might go.
At the time, I was so in tune with the streets. The ambulance came. My mom came from. She was a house cleaner at the other motel in the hood, at the hacienda, and then they called her, and she came rushing. So they put him in the ambulance, and they already.
So she didn't even get to see it.
Yeah, they didn't even get to see it. My mom had to ride in and it was already all covered up. By the ambulance came, they saved him basically. So when he got to the ambulance, they took him to Moreno Valley. So after that, I don't know what happened.
My mom got there, and
I
went. My sister.
I went and took
you
a
didn't
shower.
Go with them, no, what
happened? I couldn't go. We didn't have no car at that time. We didn't have no ride. My mom went with them. That was it. They said only one person could go. So they.
Hey, he's like, Carnal, you'll be all right from here on out.
Yeah, and then after that, I fucking went. I went and got ready and took off back to the guys with the homies. But later on, it was fucked up because they fucked up on his arm. When they went there, the nurse fucking sewed him up. Instead of like fucking checking the tendencies, it should have been emergency surgery. The nurse was a new nurse, and she just sewed him up, dog.
Sent me home for like 2 weeks.
Sent him home, So by the time he went back, all his tendons shrunk all the way to here.
What the fuck?
So they had to fucking do like this laser surgery, and they fucking stretched all his shit back up this way. They had to cut his whole arm.
They had to cut it back open?
Yeah, all the way. Yeah, it was like a big old surgery, and then he's walking around with a cast the rest
all
of it.
Because they want to go glue the jars together and shit, man. What the hell?
And that's what's fucked up, We were so much in like fucking just the time with the streets, all poverty, dog. Fucking they couldn't even get a lawyer, dog. Like they probably had like a big time lawsuit, because
but
they was at Loma Linda. Yeah,
I know. It sounds like fucking malpractice or something.
Yeah,
dog.
dog. I was like, fuck. My mom's like, I tried to call her Parker's or some shit. She
Larry H.
Parker.
Parker.
Yeah. She's like, I tried to call him, man, but it didn't work out. Like fucking FIA, she's funny, dog.
Hey,
like,
dog. There's nothing wrong with your arm. Like to this day, like you're good. Everything's all good and
This
shit.
shit's fucked up.
Yeah, he still has some shit.
If I move my thumb, this one moves.
Oh, serio?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's like, but he was still doing sheet metal. He pushed through that shit too, dog. He fucking went to prison because when I went to jail, fucking all of a sudden this fool gets caught up with straps and shit, and he's fucking going to prison, and I'm like, this motherfucker going to prison before me. I was all mad, I'm like, oh hell no, hey, what the hell? So,
What do you mean you're mad that he went before you?
Because I was like, what the fuck? Because I didn't want him to go to prison at all. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck? He's supposed to be out there doing good, but I'm in here fighting life, and this fool turned the opposite way, dog. Like he straight went to full blown fucking running on muck.
My dad weren't there, dog.
Yeah. And then my dad went to prison at the same time. He caught his first number like at 46, eh?
No
and
shit.
he ends up going to fucking Centinela to the gym over there.
You guys are all together on the same yard and shit?
He just left when I got to sit there.
Yeah, I just left. But he ended up going. I went and my dad already left. So I'm in there and I'm like, what the fuck? My dad caught a charge and went to prison, eh? He fucking caught like a fucking quick little turnaround. But I'm like, damn, he caught a number before me too. And I'm like, what the fuck? All these people are going to prison before me, eh? And I'm in here fighting life. I'm like, damn, instead of them doing good, eh? They're out there on the streets to running amok, eh? You know?
You guys are supposed to be taking care of me
yeah,
and shit.
But it's a trip though, eh? Fucking, and then fucking, after all that time and shit, they got out. Fucking, he got out. He started doing good. He got his family. Fucking boom, he started doing working in fucking at a company right there in the hood and shit.
That's right.
They were doing good, eh? Fucking I got out and he didn't even have a house to fucking parole 2 dogs, so they had it worse than me. Like he got out.
So by the time he got out though,
they had shit situated, dog. Yeah. So when I get out there, I'm like, fuck yeah, they went to go do gate pickup in Salinas Valley. I was right there on shout out to all the fellas right there in Salinas Valley, man. We got some solid ass good ones right there, especially the homie Snoopy from Redlands. They got that frontline clothing too, frontliners corners. They're good people.
When I got out, the next day they were getting they had to move. So it was all bad.
Yeah, he was all bad. He had to go to like a halfway house, fucking go live over there, fucking get a job and fucking work over there. And
it was all hard for him, huh?
Yeah,
like, really hard.
And then when I got out, they had everything situated. Like, we got a parole address. I'm like, damn, because when you're busted, that's like the main thing. Everybody's like, do I got an address to parole to? Yeah. And then I was like, fuck, they did it for me, dog. And then they went and picked me up. So shout out to my brother, and shout out to my sister, and shout out to everybody, dog. Like, and even my mom, they always fucking push me, dog. Like. But,
she made a strong family.
But that's how that album came out. They fucking until we meet again. If you guys want to check it out, it's all on digital platform. I was dedicated to my mom. Fucking
yeah, make sure to go check that out, man.
That one has some strong shit on there.
Sounds like you just put like all your heart and your experiences and emotion and everything into the album.
Yeah, definitely. Well, because I had that, I have a song called "My Truest Blessings." That's a fucking badass track too. Is like my truest blessing. Yes, my truest blessing sent from the heavens above, from the heavens above, sent from the heavens above. It says sparking a blunt. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, keep going,
yeah, that's what it is.
They don't wanna see you ballin'. They wanna see you doing good.